Title: Whispers of Yesterday. In the quaint town of Meadowgrove, nestled between rolling hills and a tranquil lake, lived two souls destined to dance together under the moonlight. Their names were Eleanor, a vibrant artist with a heart as vast as the sky, and Thomas, a humble blacksmith with a soul forged from stardust and dreams. Eleanor's paintings captured the essence of Meadowgrove in every stroke, while Thomas's blacksmith creations were the heartbeat of the town, forging bonds that united its people. They had known each other since childhood, their friendship blossoming as they grew, but it was only when the autumn leaves began to turn gold that they found themselves entwined in a love as deep and profound as the ocean. The day Thomas first confessed his feelings for Eleanor was like any other in Meadowgrove. The sun kissed the earth gently, and the wind whispered secrets through the trees. Thomas' heart pounded like a hammer against an anvil as he approached her studio. His voice trembling, he told her how the sight of her always filled him with warmth, and how the rhythm of her laughter echoed through his dreams. Eleanor looked at him with eyes as deep as the night sky, her breath caught in her chest. She had felt the same way for Thomas, but she was unsure if he reciprocated her feelings. As she listened to his confession, a thousand emotions swirled within her: joy, fear, hope, and trepidation. They stood there, two souls on the brink of destiny, as the sun began to set. The sky blushed crimson and gold, reflecting off the tranquil lake, while the wind rustled through the trees like a symphony composed just for them. In that moment, they knew their lives would never be the same. They knew their As the weeks turned into months, Eleanor and Thomas shared countless moments under the moonlight, their love growing stronger with each passing day. Their laughter echoed through Meadowgrove, their hands intertwined like ivy on an ancient tree. But fate, cruel as it was, had other plans for them. One fateful winter's eve, a storm swept through Meadowgrove, its wrath tearing through the town and leaving destruction in its wake. In the chaos, Eleanor sought refuge in her studio while Thomas raced to aid those in need. As he battled against the storm's fury, he could to shake the feeling that something was terribly wrong. When the storm finally subsided, Thomas rushed back to his beloved Eleanor, only to find her studio in ruins and no sign of her. He searched high and low for any trace of her, but she was nowhere to be found. The townspeople offered comforting words, but deep down, Thomas knew something terrible had happened. For days, weeks, and even months, Thomas searched for Eleanor. His heart shattered into a million pieces. He scoured every nook and cranny of Meadowgrove, but there was no sign of her. As the seasons changed, so too did Thomas. Once vibrant and full of life, he now walked with a heavy step, his laughter silent. One day, while combing through the remnants of his shattered studio, Thomas stumbled upon one of Eleanor's paintings, a beautiful depiction of their love under the moonlight. In that moment, he realized she had been searching for him, but the storm had swept her away. With tears streaming down his face, Thomas vowed to spend the rest of his days searching for his beloved Eleanor. Years passed, and Thomas's blacksmith shop became a sanctuary for those seeking solace in their pain. He continued to search for Eleanor, but as the seasons turned, so too did he grow older. One winter's eve, as he stood at the edge of Meadowgrove's tranquil lake, a whisper caught his ear, a melody as sweet as it was heartbreaking. Turning around, Thomas found himself face to face with Eleanor, her eyes filled with a love that had never waned. She had returned to him. Though broken and battered by the storm, she still stood strong. As they embraced beneath the moonlight, time seemed to pause, as if the universe itself was holding its breath in awe of their reunion. For years, Eleanor and Thomas danced under the moonlight, their laughter echoing through Meadowgrove once more. And though their love was tinged with the bittersweet taste of loss, they cherished each moment together, for they knew that fate had brought them back to one another. Their story served as a reminder to all who heard it that love knows no bounds, and sometimes, even in the darkest storms, destiny can find its way home.